People love to bring up Sweden as an example of a country that didn't lock down due to COVID, and people say they did fine. This is a chart posted on Twitter by a COVID minimizer who said, look, Sweden may have done worse at the beginning, but long term they're doing better than Australia. And here's the thing about COVID minimizers and deniers. They have no problem lying or misinterpreting data. This is an obvious issue. The y-axis is cumulative number of cases. It's not per capita. So Australia is a much larger country than Sweden. So let's look at the per capita numbers. So yeah, per capita, Australia crushes Sweden until Australia gave up their mitigation efforts. But if you look at the first couple years, Australia was taking the pandemic seriously, had less excess deaths than you would have expected, meaning fewer people died than normally die, whereas Sweden had extremely higher levels of excess deaths until Australia gave up on mitigations and the country started to get closer, but clearly Sweden did worse. Additionally, Sweden's a perfect example of why the immunity debt theory was complete bullshit. Look here, so Sweden famously never locked down. Here we have in 2021, RSV cases in infants very high compared to previous seasons. Next year, 2022, experts warn of tough RSV season in Sweden. If they never had lockdown, how do they have immunity debt? What really happened is that COVID damages immune systems, and so countries like Sweden that let it rip, therefore have weakened immune systems and higher cases of RSV. And I already mentioned how COVID minimizers and deniers will lie, misinterpret data. Here's the utter depravity of these people. This is from a study with about, 20 co-authors looking at the Swedish health response to COVID, and it shows in internal emails, they at least speculated on the use of children to acquire herd immunity. They were going to use kids to get COVID and spread COVID to their family members, while at the same time publicly claiming that children played a negligible role in transmission. So they're going to say kids don't spread the virus while they let kids run around and get the virus to everybody. And people say, I'm in the wrong on COVID. It's unbelievable.